Hello everyone, welcome to our third session. Today we will be talking about literature review. After covering different topics in the last 2 weeks, such as what research is, how to develop a specific and good research question, and how to link your research question with an accurate research design, today we will focus on how to perform your literature review. Let's start the presentation. Okay, first of all, I would like to introduce which are the key points that we are going to cover in that session. The first one is that you understand why a literature review is so important for your dissertation. The second objective is that you will understand the nature of literature and how to judge its quality. This means that you need to understand which are the reliable sources. The third objective is that you to understand how to begin searching your literature, which are the first steps that you need to follow in order to start your literature review. And finally, I will be sharing some strategies that you could follow in order to organize your material and start to brighten up your literature review, because you need to differentiate that one thing is the technical aspect of searching for the documents, the articles, the reports, etc. And the other important aspect is how to summarize and treat all this information. So the first question is, what is a literature review? As third year students, you are at disposal to be critical with what you read and perform a literature review. Obviously, a literature review is an important chapter in your dissertation. This will be an essential component of your dissertation. And in your literature review, you will be establishing what has been written about your subject and critically appraising this material. It means that you will become some kind of expert in the subject you are analyzing, but it's not enough with being descriptive. You need to be little bit critical with the information that has been already published. Your literature review will cover several stages. The first one, obviously, is to identify the sources that you will be covering. And obviously, you also need to classify this source. Obviously, you will have to read the material and summarize its source. Maybe you will use an Excel spreadsheet. I will be sharing with you an example. Obviously, it's important to find the links between the source in order to build and realize the existing body of knowledge. Finally, you will have to write up and summarize your literature review in your theory section. As I said, the first step in your literature review will be to identify the material. Here we are classifying different types of source. Primary source, which are the academic research journals. You will have access to hundreds of electronic journals from the library. Some examples of the academic journals are the Academy of Management Journal, Construction Management and Economics, the International Journal of Project Management, and many more. Obviously, you will find specific research journals which are more relevant for your particular topic. And why are the research journals a primary source? Basically, because in the research papers, you will find the level of specificity that you need in order to answer and to find good information connected with your research question. Other important sources are the government publications because obviously they are usually quite objective in terms of the data and statistics that they publish. There are also some secondary sources, like, for example, the textbook or other types of journals and magazines, such as Times, Guardian, Financial Times, the Economics, Construction News, and even you can use dissertations or thesis that has been already published. Obviously, they are still good source, but maybe they are more generic and some information is not so objective as a research article. Don't forget that a research article has been peer reviewed, which confers a guaranteed level of quality. In addition, you can use also standard reference guides like dictionaries, handbooks. They are quite useful for checking out basic information like definition, concepts, etc. Well, you know which source you can use, and the second question obviously is where to find this material. Obviously, through the UCL library, you will have access to thousands of documents. So this could be a key place where find information. Also, you will have access to different search engines which are of particular interest for research. Maybe you are already familiar with Google Scholar or Scopus, but there are many others, such as Construction Information Service, Business Source Complete, API Collection, etc. As students of UCL, you will have access to the interlibrary service. It means that you can use any university library within the M25. Via the library, you can request an interlibrary loan. It's important that you learn how to use the search engines. First of all, you will have to decide some keywords connected with the concepts that you are looking for. And you can combine these keywords by using Boolean operators such as and, or, and not, etc. But also there are proximity operators and findings variators. You will find in Moodle a document which explains how to combine these different operators. Below you can see an example on how to use these operators with the concept of consumer value. Well, you already know which sources are relevant for your dissertation, where you can locate this material, and how to use the search engines. And now we are going to learn how to select source from search results. We will look at different factors. For example, to understand the quality of a research article, it's important that we look at the number of citations and the quality of the journal. In terms of citation, a high number of citation is normally a good signal of the quality of this document. And also, this is very helpful when we are trying to identify seminar papers, which are the key research articles around a theory or important concept. But in some cases, for example, if the research article is very recent, let's say 2018 or 2019, maybe a number of 50 or 40 citations is a guarantee that the quality of the article is good enough. In terms of journal, we need to understand that there are some publications which are higher quality than others. There are some index that help us to identify the best journals. Like, for example, the Journal Citation Report, JCR, or the ABS. from the Association of Business School. However, sometimes the quality of the journals varies over time. After checking the quality, and when we are sure that the quality of the research paper and the journal are good enough, we will look at the abstract. The abstract is around 100-200 words, which provide a very good summary of the paper, and this will help us to understand if this article is relevant to us or not. It's very important that you keep a note of the papers that you have looked at. That's the reason because I'm providing an Excel spreadsheet that you can use to keep a record of the papers that you have been reviewing.